Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's your boy Jay. I'm here to say I got another story time today. Now, today's story time is pretty interesting. It's about the time where basically I kissed this girl in front of her ex, and we just gonna get into it. So, story time takes place back when I was 14, and at the time we'll call this girl Sharon. So me and Sharon, we were kind of like those weird friends where like they flirt with each other often. Everyone thinks that like they're gonna be like a couple soon, but then they just never become a couple. But they still flirt though. It's weird. So that's basically what me and like Sharon was. We were basically people who like we literally flirt nonstop but never become a couple. So one day, right, I was with Sharon and we were just chilling, walking around the mall, not really doing anything like too special. It was really just walking around the mall, you know, doing nothing, literally. And basically she was like, "Oh, let's go to the food court. I'm kind of hungry." So I'm like, "All right." So we go to the food court. There's a Chick-fil-A at the food court. We order our Chick-fil-A. We sit down. We start eating, right? So as we're eating, we're talking and stuff. And we happen to get on the topic of her ex. Now her ex, we'll call this guy Marcus. Marcus, he was a very hot-headed person where because like he basically was one of the people where if you were his girlfriend, you literally could not talk to anybody. And we were like kind of joking around about how, that's kind of stupid, and the fact that like she literally like was dumb enough to follow his advice and literally not talk to anybody. And how she basically thought that she was gonna fall in love with him and blah blah blah. And now, he's not with her. So we're laughing about that, and as we're laughing, the way that we were seated was my back was turned towards like the general public of like people who were like walking the mall, while she could clearly see who was like walking by us and stuff like that. So as we're laughing, I like hear her basically suddenly stop laughing, and I kind of like stop laughing myself, and I'm like, "Hey, you okay?" She's like, "He's right there." And I was like, "Where?" He's like, "She's right there." Basically, across from like the Chick-fil-A and the seats that we were sitting in, there was a little Chinese place which I actually go to I try to go every time I go to the mall, but you can't go every time. And like over there, he was basically in line just by himself. So I was like, "Oh, like, do you want to leave or something?" She was like, "No, I have something planned." And I'm like, "All right." And as she's saying that, she like gets up and moves her chair directly next to me. So I'm like, "Are you okay?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Just keep talking." And I'm like, "All right." So I go back to making jokes. I'm thinking, "All right, he's there," but she doesn't really care. Then I noticed that like she starts like doing a little weird stuff, like more than just flirting. Like these are signals. As she start like rubbing on my leg, she start like putting her arm over my shoulders, and I'm like, "Yo, you good?" And she's like, "Yeah, yeah, just keep talking, just keep talking." And I still was clueless to what she was doing, which like I don't know how, because like I've seen girls do this before. So I'm basically sitting there, we're talking, and then she's like, "Look at me." I'm like, "All right." I look at her, and then bow, it happens. All I feel is our lips touch, and I just hear somebody be like, "Yo, what the?" I can't say it because it's YouTube, but he was like, "Yo, what the?" And when he said that, I immediately like pulled away and looked. And that's when I realized what was going on. She was doing all this flirtatious couple stuff because basically she wanted him to look, notice that it was her, and notice that she was happy with another guy to hurt his feelings. And it worked because he immediately got out of line, came over, started yelling, and like how he was going to beat me up and everything. And the whole time I'm clueless. I'm just like, "Yo, we're just friends." Like, I don't even know where that kiss came from. But, like, at the same time, it's like, "Yo, don't talk to me like that." Like, at the same time, because, you know, just don't talk to me like that. So, arguing's going on. Eventually, the mall security comes and is like, "Yo, you got to leave. You're causing problems for people." And they were just like, "You can stay, but we advise you not to stay just in case, he pulls back up, blah, blah, blah." We're like, "All right." So she calls her mom. We wound up getting driven like back home. And on the way home, her mom had to like stop and get gas. And when she got out, like she just started laughing. I was like, "Yo, like Sharon, what's so funny?" And she was just like, "You should have seen his face. He was really red." And I was like, "Yeah, but like, why would you do that?" She was like, "To be honest, because it's just revenge. And I was like, all right, well, I mean, I can't argue with that. I'm a very petty person myself. So, yeah. And nothing like that ever happened again. Me and Sharon still talk to this day. And we still do flirt here and there. But to be honest, it's kind of died down a little bit. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this story time, make sure you smash the like button, turn on post notifications, and subscribe.